earliest reference to this item goes back about 7,000 years. It is the fruit of a very blessed tree. Let's talk about the olive. Now, olives are the fruit of the olive tree. Their season is in winter. The picking of the olives begins in November, and in some areas it could go up to the end of January. They are a fruit, but they're not a fruit that we can just pick from the tree and bite onto like any other fruit. It's not edible that way. The olives that are taken to produce olive oil, they're usually the first one to be picked, and later on the rest of the olives are picked to be edible as they are. They need to be preserved, so usually it is brine, which is just water and salt. They're put in jars and they're left there at least 30 days before they can be consumed. Olives can be preserved for a long time, maybe 1 or 2 years. And just like olive oil, the longer they stay, their taste becomes mellower and they are less and less bitter. They come in different colors. They range mainly between green and black, roughly. And there are several categories of it. This is how olives are consumed. Of course, in modern times, sometimes they are processed to be put in jars. In that case, some chemicals may be added to them, like sodium hydroxide. So let's take a closer look. Let me show you now. It's on the branch, the olive. The one you see here is the size where they're picked. They're usually before they come black. When they're still green, they're picked for the extraction of olive oil. I have here several types, and what I want to do is just show you each one of them. I'll be tasting so that I can just describe for you the actual taste. This will help you when you are actually choosing olives, if you have access to a variety of olives. We can start with these. They are black, but they are sort of wrinkled, which means that they've been left on the tree. They've been quite ripened on the tree, and they are a bit soft and these are the non-salty ones. So for those who are watching the salt in their diet, these are good. It's a very sharp olive taste. It's quite good actually. If you are interested in including olives in your diet, which I very highly recommend that you do, it's good to get familiar with the different olives so that you can acquire the taste that you like and make a better choice of what is best for you. These here, this is another kind. This is between green and grayish in color. They look a lot better, I mean appearance-wise. They're very slack and smooth exterior. They contain a little bit more water, so it's very possible that these trees were watered, and the taste is more bland. I can't say it's more mellow because it's sort of as if lost its olivey taste. Okay, these over here are again wrinkled, but I suppose it's the equivalent of this, but salty. They are salty. They're definitely a different variety than this. This, even though it contains no salt, it's tastier as an olive. These here are very tiny, Their color is brownish. In general, smaller olives are considered tastier. Very strong and firm olive taste. Very good. Just by tasting it, you understand that it has a better quality. It's very distinct, it's very clear. The tastes are not sort of undistinguished. Very, very clear olive taste. Now these over here, they are in appearance, I would say they're not that great. They're very mushed, and probably, if I can show you, if you just squeeze it a little bit, it's so soft, the seed comes out. You can just with one hand separate the seed from the pulp, but let me here experiment the taste. This is a very tasty olive. I can tell you one thing. It may look, appearance-wise, less pretty than the rest, but it's the tastiest. It is salty, but it sort of leaves a sweet aftertaste. Now these here are bigger olives, green olives. They're more presentable, so I would assume that these people can use to present in cocktails and buffets and dinners, etc. But let's see about the taste. These are certainly not olives used to extract olive oil. Very bland taste. If I can use the term, it's a more modernized taste. Plenty of water in it. They're juicy. And these definitely look processed. They have a texture which is more plasticky, I can say. The pit has been removed and they've been stuffed here. I see they've been stuffed with probably bell pepper. Let's see. Very, very salty, and it's very obvious from their taste. It's altered. There's probably some chemical added, sodium hydroxide most probably, or they've been treated with oxygen or something. So I can tell you that looks do deceive. These over here may have been the worst in appearance, let's say, but they're definitely the tastiest. Now, two of my favorite, and these I keep at home and I consume on a daily basis. This one here, the known Kalamata olives. They are in olive oil and vinegar. Most olives are preserved in brine, so when you get them, they're usually in brine. You wash them and then you put them in the jar, and you add either olive oil and vinegar or olive oil and lemon. The Kalamata olives are kept in olive oil and vinegar. The fluid, the liquid, does not have to cover the olives, not necessarily. So let's see here. First of all, presentation wise, they are very, very good, and this is why they are used in trade. They look like an almond in shape. They're in the category of the black, and the taste is amazing. The pulp is firm, they're chewable, they're just excellent, and no wonder they're so famous. Try to taste the different olives and you will see that just by tasting them you can recognize the higher and the lower quality. To me, of course, there's no lower quality. Olives are a very high quality food, no matter if it's black or if it's green. And the second type I want to show you are these green olives. They're one of my favorite, These are kept in lemon, olive oil, and garlic. The liquid, again, does not have to cover the whole jar. You can just go like this on and off and have a good mix of the liquid. Now, the thing about these olives is that they are crushed. So when you buy them, just, oh, the aroma is incredible. The aroma is incredible. This is heaven. This is just gold, diamond. Okay, these here, they are cracked, they're broken. So this is how they are sold. So if you want, you buy green crushed olives, and then you make the sauce of olive oil and lemon. We talked about this in the olive oil video, how to make it, and you add garlic as well. This is a chunk of garlic. Garlic, you can just eat it or keep it in the jar with the olives. It's also edible because that ferments as well. And I can tell you now, I'm gonna get this one which is crushed, because it is crushed, the fluid goes into every olive. This is an olive to remember, I can tell you. And if you don't live in a country that produces olives, I know that these olives are present in traditional groceries like Mediterranean groceries, Middle Eastern groceries, or Greek groceries. I know because I've seen them and purchased them from there. I can tell you this is heaven. Oh wow. A feast to the palate. So let's talk about, are these good to include in our everyday nutrition? Certainly yes, and I strongly recommend that you do. First of all, in the olive we have the benefits of the olive oil. It's not like using olive oil, but the factors and the constituents are there. Plus, we have other nutrients that are in the pulp of the olive itself. We have vitamin E, we have iron, we have copper, we have calcium, we have fiber. Now 74% of it is monounsaturated fat, which is the good fat. It's definitely a food that's very, very beneficial for us. Now, olives need to be put in brine in order to be consumed later. This actually does a lot of good, and if there's anything harmful, that fermentation takes care of it. Now, how can you include them in your diet? If you're eating anything that includes bread that goes with olive oil, it certainly goes with olives. Within meals, it's a very good accompaniment for the food. So whatever it is that you're serving, if it's fish or meat or whatever, if you have around on the table just very small plates with olives, then believe me, people are going to make the choice. You can put it on foods. A lot of people choose to put them on pizza, for example. That's a great choice. You know, some bread, cheese, and olives is a great choice. Definitely you can have it in your everyday nutrition. Every 5 olives can contain about 40 calories, which is absolutely fine, but certainly include them in your diet. Don't forget that the closer we are to nature, the healthier we are. So this is the end of this video. If you like the content, click the subscribe button so that you can be notified once a new video comes up. If you like it, click like. You can share it with friends. Remember to join the Facebook group, because that's where your comments and questions are going to be answered. Join us in social media for more photos and more information, and see you next time.